Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Glad to be back.
All right, so today we're tackling a real humdinger of a statement.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about one that made me stop and think. It's pretty strong stuff.
All right. I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Okay, here it is, straight from the source. Religion is hope porn.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. Intense, right.
That's certainly a way to put it.
It's definitely provocative.
Yeah.
I mean, my first reaction was kind of defensive, like, hold on a second. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized there's layers here, something we need to unpack.
I think you're right. It's definitely designed to get a reaction out of you. But it also feels like it's trying to point at something specific, not just be shocking for shock's sake.
Exactly. So let's break it down. What do you think the source is trying to say with this hope porn idea?
Well, if you look at the word porn, it often implies something superficial, something that's more about a quick fix than genuine connection or meaning.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. You're kind of getting this instant gratification, but maybe missing out on something deeper.
Right, and maybe even being exploited in the process.
Like those clickbait headlines you see everywhere. Make millions working from home. They prey on your desires, but the reality rarely lives up to the hype. Could hope porn be like that? A kind of empty promise.
That's a really interesting parallel, and it gets even more complex when we apply this idea to religion, because on the one hand, many religions offer hope, a sense of purpose, even comfort in times of hardship. But this source seems to be asking, are those offerings always genuine? Or are they sometimes used in a way that's actually disempowering?
Okay, yeah, now I'm really seeing how this connects to the listener's experience. Because I think we've all heard those phrases like, everything happens for a reason, or God never gives you more than you can handle.
Right.
And sometimes those words can be comforting, no doubt.
Hmm.
But other times, especially when you're facing real suffering, they can feel kind of dismissive, like they're minimizing your pain.
Yeah, absolutely. And that tension you're describing, that's at the heart of this whole idea of hope porn, isn't it? Is hope being used to help us cope and grow, or is it being used to kind of keep us quiet and complacent?
It's like, are we being sold a feel-good story that maybe isn't the whole truth?
And throughout history, we see hope used in both ways to mobilize people for positive change, but also to justify inequality. Think of the prosperity gospel, for example, where material wealth is seen as a sign of God's favor.
Right, like if you have enough faith, you'll be rich and successful.
Exactly. And while it offers hope, some argue that it preys on people's vulnerability and distracts from systemic issues.
That's such a clear example of what this source might be getting at with this whole hope porn thing.
And it's not just religion either.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, think about political campaigns. So many promises that play on our desire for a better future. But often, well, the reality is much more complicated.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like those promises are more about manipulating our emotions than offering real solutions. So how do we navigate all of this?
Right.
I mean, hope I is important, right?
Yeah,
We need hope to face challenges, to imagine a better world.
absolutely. Research shows that hope is crucial for our well-being, our mental and physical health. It motivates us to work towards positive change. The key, I think, is to cultivate a kind of hope that's authentic, not just a quick fix or a distraction from reality.
Okay, so what does that look like, this authentic hope?
Well, I think it starts with being honest about the complexities of the world, acknowledging both the joy and the suffering.
Right, like not shying away from the hard stuff.
Exactly. And it involves critical thinking, questioning easy answers, and being willing to engage in constructive action. It's less about blind faith and more about informed commitment to making things better.
So it's not just about feeling hopeful, but about actually doing something with that hope.
I think so, yeah. It's about hope as a driving force for positive change, not just a way to feel good in the moment.
This has been a really thought-provoking deep dive. We started with this kind of jarring statement, religion is hope porn, but I think we've managed to unpack some really important ideas about the nature of hope itself.
I agree. And as you go forward, I want to leave you with this question. How can you engage with hope, whether in religion, politics, or your personal life, in a way that is authentic, meaningful, and truly empowering?
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.